So let's take a little walk. So allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Michael. My family calls me Mikey. In their eyes, I never really grew up. And people that I associate with call me MJ, right? And my alias that I created when I awakened in this matrix, I'm an engineer, is Victor Bang, Vikterbang. And it stands for victory over noise. So my story, and I'll try to make it quick and simple, is I'm an engineer that awakened in this matrix. And what does that mean? What is awakening? So this is where it gets a little hazy, because these are things and concepts that most people in America, in the East, in the Christian faith, America's predominantly Christian, have not heard about. They've heard about Christ and Christ consciousness, and look at these wild turkeys right here, and all of that stuff, but they've accepted the idea that it's possible, but haven't accepted the idea that it's a probability for them, and that these characters that they're quote unquote worshiping were just mirrors reflecting the divinity that they have within them. So awakening in this matrix is realizing who you are. A lot of people don't know who they are, and it's an amazing thing. And it's programmed into the system. That's the other thing that people don't realize, is that the reason that people don't know who they are is purposeful. I, from my research in this matrix, been awake for, I don't know, about 10 years. And when I say awakening, it's like awakening in a dream. It's seeing through the illusion of separation, right? And I wanted to prove to myself as an engineer that this was possible, right? Because I've always thought that if someone else can talk to God, then why can't I talk to God? And if there's a protocol that needs to be done to be able to get that information or have that connection, then what is that, right? That's what religion should be at its base core, is a protocol for you to get in contact with God yourself. And then you realize that the kingdom of God is within. That's what everyone's been talking about. It's an internal journey. It's not an external journey, right? So awakening in the dream, it feels like this is a dream, like life is a dream. And it really is. You're a spiritual being dreaming a physical experience. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And the spirit is just like air. We're all incarnations of the spirit. We're all inhaling and exhaling this same spirit. The same air that's in my lungs right now is the same air that's in your lungs. Just like the same spirit that's in my body is the same spirit that's in your body. The difference is the level of awareness, the level of consciousness, the level of remembrance, and the level of experience. There are some souls and spirits that haven't incarnated on earth so much. And some of the tricks that are played by the tricksters that used to run this reality work on them. One of those tricks is bread, circus, division, and religion. Religion is something that's worked for thousands of years. So the one thing about the powers that were is they are not creative. They use our creative force to enrich them, just like they do on these social media sites, right? These rich owners of these sites are not as creative as the creators on the sites creating the content, but they benefit from your content and also from your viewing. So there's a lot that's going on here. I don't want to make this too long, but I just want to say that this is real. And if you don't believe me, and that's fine, a lot of people won't, you're going to see a shift in reality from the technological side to the natural side. And there's going to be a split. There's going to be some humans that decide to merge with AI, merge with machine, and become the Borg, right? And that's their choice. And there's going to be some that decide to keep, to stay on a more natural path. And I'm not judging either way, right? It is what it is. This technology is here, it's coming. And the thing about AI is we have an ability now with the AI and internet to access information, but I don't know how long that's going to last. And part of why I put out a lot of stuff that I put out online under the alias Victor Bang is because there was nothing programmed under that name, Victor Bang. It didn't exist until I created it. So when you Google that, everything that comes up under that is from an engineer that awakened in this matrix that is trying to help you realize the divinity that you have within you. And you can ask ChatGPT about Victor Bang and his theories and all that stuff about higher consciousness, and you can have a conversation with it because it's in the matrix now. Peace.